Well, look at here. Here we are. It is Monday. Another Monday.
This is not our music, but we sure enjoy playing it.
Let me scoot up so we can be in the same video. What's going on, you guys? Hey, Gwen, and others that are joining.
Hello.
It is August the 11th. Before we look up, baby, it's going to be August, September, be Christmas. I keep looking at the Christmas trees in the garage every day.
It's time to bring them back in.
It's about time to bring them back in. We took them out because some of y'all talked about us having Christmas trees in our house.
No, you took them out because that when I wasn't home.
I took them out
while I wasn't home.
One day, I took the last one out. He was at He was at home. He was asleep. That's what happened. He was sleeping. He was asleep. So it's God for This, episode 46. And what's going on?
First, we want to thank the ladies again for some very, very personal impartation of about life, about marriage, about grown children. They're not like us.
And
they have become a theme song for us, but we've seen a lot of
they not like us. We've been saying it every time. We done passed it on to everybody else. They lowered the music just a tad bit. We can still play it. But yeah, we've been using it as our theme. Hey, what's going on? Chris Page. Hey, what's going on? And Ryan.
Haven't seen him in a long time. Right. You doing good? Chris?
Merry Christmas to you too. Y'all know Fool's birthday is Christmas Day. So if you got some suggestions for me for a good Christmas birthday gift, would you let a sister know we got some time? What's going on, Val, Gwen, and everybody else that's joining online? So y'all, we're gonna get to it because Fuller and I done had to take a nap today, and I'll never take no nap, but today I needed the nap. It's been raining here. I got up early, super early this morning to have to go. Business stuff. So I say no more.
It's all good.
Yeah, but but first, before we start, y'all guess what today is? So every year, Fuller and I get a chance to, and he remembers. I actually don't always remember because it happens so fast. Today is Fuller and Jean's wedding anniversary. What year can you remember? Would it have been?
No, if I tell them, they're gonna think I went to school with Adam.
Because you turn it off there, because that's right. Because everybody gonna know that you is old. Hey fam, what's going on there? And so, but that's right. So it would have been 50 plus. Let's just say that. And so today is their anniversary, and we always talk about it because it's something, and we celebrate. We talk about it too. Yeah, we talk about it. One, because the other person knows about it, and the other person now we know about it. But sometimes when you've been previously married, whether it's through a divorce or death of a spouse, sometimes you don't always want to bring it up because you're always trying to figure out. We talk to the married people. You don't want to bring it up because you think the other person's gonna feel some kind of way. But we found a balance in that. What's going on, Darcy? In that we celebrate our anniversary. So Fuller reminded me yesterday that his anniversary is today. And then guess what? This is what really drew us to just chatting even more because we found so many things we were having in common. So then tomorrow is my wedding anniversary.
You go figure.
Go figure. How would that all happen? And the only reason why I'm reminded about this because Fuller always remembers the day before is his. And so of course, then that reminds me that mine is also. And then go ahead.
And it's easy for me to remember because you know how men have a tendency to forget the day before, the day after, because my anniversary is 8/11.
Okay.
And her birthday is 9/11.
Right.
So wow. I used to try to figure out which was which.
Right. Yeah. And today is, by the way, the other reason why I remember before I met you is Cheryl Brown, Madam President of Delta Sigma Theta in Fayetteville, Georgia, Fayette County chapter. And my friend, her birthday is today.
Okay.
And so she would always say, darling, your anniversary. This is even when David was living. She'd always say, now, darling, your anniversary coming up because her birthday is the day before. So, hey, what's going on? Juan Hans, Eric Hines. Good to see you guys, family. Can I mention this to them?
And I got the email from today, so we'll talk later.
Eric Hines.
Yes.
So I'm going to mention this. Not that Fuller asked me to, but we are. And we've always had some Godfidence shirts. And so we're gonna get some more of those shirts to make sure that we can share them out with people. And if you're interested in all of that, we got to figure out the system of you got to be local. We ain't gonna be putting a whole bunch of stuff in the mail. Let me just say that.
Yeah, we can mail it to them, but they got to pay the postage.
Yeah, just y'all send a book, but I'm mailing out a whole bunch of shirts.
I learned that when I wrote my first book, and I was mailing people the book and stuff. Shoot, it would cost them more, right?
Because when I had my book, when I first rolled it out,
Yeah.
I was getting the package in. But I started, like you said, I started adding in the postage into the books, sending the book. But that was some time consuming stuff. So, but yeah. So Eric Hines, Pastor Hines, thank you for putting together the order for us. And then we're gonna probably come out with I'm gonna put in the atmosphere. Eric Hines, you can go on and put our name on it. Some shirts to say they not like us because they ain't like us. We probably need some shirts to say that they not like us.
These I'm ordering these gonna be loving kindness is always in season.
Oh, is that what the ones you're gonna do? Okay, loving you gonna you should put your KFM. Yeah, so people know that you said that.
Right.
Okay.
A little good taken. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, baby, anybody out there got any birthdays? Anybody got a birthday? We talked about anniversary. We talked about our anniversary. My girlfriend, I forgot to mention last week, my girlfriend, Nelda, who sang in our wedding, her birthday was July the 31st. I don't know if I said it or not, but I want to make sure I acknowledge that it was her birthday, along with Dr. Barbara, Dr. Layton from last week. You guys, we had a good time in that series. It was 4 weeks.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it.
You gotta watch all of them,
right?
Because all of them are really, really good. And so, so what else maybe happened in your world you want to talk about?
Well, it's always something exciting happening. One of the things that I wanted was I was going back to the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award this for the new honorees. And so
in DC,
in Washington, D.C., and we was there, and it was held at the Howard University campus. And so I want to get a picture with Doug Williams. They were honoring a lot of the retired NFL players, and Doug Williams was the star of the honorees.
He was the one being honored,
and he's done so much. You just can't keep up with all he's done because all we see is the post on Facebook, or we know what his history was about playing NFL, but much more than that. So I go to the celebration, and I said, I'm gonna take my picture. I've been telling everybody I got to take my picture with Doug Williams. I got to take this. I got to have this picture because this is his story, quarterback. So then we got there, and I said, I'm not starstruck. I'm not gonna take no pictures. But it just so happened he was in the hallway when I was in the hallway, and I got a chance to take a picture with him. And I was so extremely excited because, for you that don't know, Doug Williams is the first Black quarterback to play the start in a Super Bowl. And not only he started in the Super Bowl, he won the Super Bowl, and he holds a touchdown record. He holds the most points scored in a quarter and the most passing yards by any quarterback ever. So, man, I was elated to get that picture. And then we got a surprise. Doug Williams Jr. is the quarterback coach for the Atlanta Falcons.
We didn't know that.
I didn't know that, and this is his second year. And I got a chance to take a picture with him also.
And we didn't know he was there.
Right, and they were so accommodating, both of them, about taking the pictures and speaking everything. Yeah. And then Priest Holmes used to play tailback for the Kansas City, played running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was good to see him. And the wide receiver, Gary Clark Jr., was there, and he introduced Doug. And I tell you, he was the one that caught the first touchdown pass from Doug Williams in the Super Bowl. And he said God just had his hand in it because he was the third option for the play. He had two other plays called, but I was one-on-one, and can't nobody keep up with me on one-on-one. And so that was part of it. And shall I continue?
You continue.
And my wife and Romeo, you want to say that? And
no, go ahead.
Karen, they sang when I received the honor, they sang the Star Spangled Banner. Mm-hmm. Well, they asked them again to come and sing the Star Spangled Banner. Man, what harmony. What, oh man, I was so proud. I was proud. I was a proud husband.
Yeah, that was we had a long day that day because we had to get there early. First of all, this year, different than last year. Last year we had it at the African American Museum. I've forgotten what it was. It was at Thurgood Marshall. And so that environment was different. This was now at HBCU, at an HBCU school, Howard University, the Howard University. And so it was so exhilarating, you guys. I mean, I rented a car and I had planned on driving down there, because we were supposed to take the shuttle. Then we were like, not gonna take the shuttle. And so we decided on taking an Uber. I tell you guys, when the Holy Spirit talked to you and give you wisdom, insights, and concepts and ideas, you better believe it and listen to it. Because when we got down there, I was like, oh my gosh, all these students. Now we knew it was freshman move-in day, and the street that we just happened to be going down to get to the Blackburn Center, which is where the event was being held, which is the student union building. It was packed. They had a system that was very organized. Wow. That nothing but cars, and so you couldn't turn certain ways, and so we took an Uber, and I'm telling you, it was the best decision we made. It was the best decision, but it was also just exhilarating just to see all these young Black students, and let me not just say Black, because there was a mixture of all types of students that were moving in, but just to be at an HBCU, a historical. Now, you guys, we live in Atlanta, so we've been to Spelman, we went to Morehouse, but to be there on move-in day and watch all these kids. And I was like, man, I wish I would have told or mentioned that. I did share with Austin and Paige about going to a Howard, but it's out of state. And so we had talked about too, that if they were out of state schools, and they would have to have a full scholarship. Now I'm like, shoot, man, I could have had them go. But anyway, but it was so fun. And my girlfriend, interestingly enough, Jada, some of you guys may know Jada. She was my assistant, helping me out for the wedding. And so Jada goes to our church too. So her daughter was moving into her dorm at Howard University.
I couldn't believe Jada was old enough to have a daughter that old.
Yes. And so in the time we were having this break, we had done our sound check. And then, we knew that this program was going to probably take off a little bit later. And so it started at 3. And so, but I had time. It was 1:00. So I said, let me find out from Jada where the dorm is. And so as soon as I walked at the door, I walked up the block, a couple of blocks, her dorm was right there. Okay. So I got a chance to see she was staying in like one of the new dorms, freshman dorm, and just to see so many different variety of young Black women and men. It was a co-ed dorm. You don't see that whole bunch. Right. And so it was a co-ed dorm, but her room was nice. She just had that one roommate, and just to watch them pulling them big old tote things like Austin had, you got to put all your stuff in, and you got a time limit. And just to be there with Jada, to see her daughter, moving in, and it was a great day. It was the weather was perfect. It was sunny outside, but not too hot. So so that was really good.
I got a couple more things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the Washington D.C. area and you want to eat good, we went to a place called St. James, and we had oxtails.
St. James, rice, modern Caribbean.
And it was the bomb. It was the best plantains I ever eaten. And we've eaten them in Jamaica. We've eaten them in Cancun, I think, or whatever. And those plantains was the best. Yeah. And the joy of my day was in eating. We went to the world-renowned Ben's Chili Bowl. Ben, they serve hot dog, Polish sausage, hamburger. Darlene didn't care that much about it, but
I'm a hot dog person.
But I love it. As a matter of fact, I normally don't eat but one hot dog when I'm eating hot dog. But I ordered another one from Ben because I enjoyed it so much. And the chili was off the chain.
Yeah, it was at a historical, Ben is a historical chili or hot dog place, right?
Bill Cosby used to fly from Philadelphia to Atlanta, to Washington, D.C. to go to Ben's Chili Bowl and get a dog. Bill Clinton is known for hanging out at Ben's.
Obama was there.
They got pictures of Obama on the wall. Obama was there. Mm-hmm. So,
famous people.
Some people just don't enjoy the taste, good taste.
You know what? Whatever. He knows I love a good hot dog. But I think that day we were so tired. We had gotten up that morning. early to make sure we were there before the event started at 3. Now we got there at 11, and because we knew traffic was going to be bad, and then we did a sound check at 12. We were there just kind of idle from about 1 o'clock, from 12 really until about 3:30 when it started. So we had a long day. Plus, you guys, the day before I had driven to Virginia. I got a couple of schools there. And so I had driven to, looking for reading y'all's comments. Oh. So we had driven, me and my girlfriend Renelda, who I appreciate so much. Renelda came in a day early. She was singing the national anthem with us, but she came in a day early to go to one of my groups, and so that was a 3.5 trip. But the good thing was we got a chance to see Virginia Beach. We got a chance to see the beautiful bridges and waters and overpasses.
And in Norfolk, they got a bridge you go underwater.
Oh, you guys!
And it is a humongous bridge, and it's under the water.
I don't even know what human being was able to come up with the idea to build the bridge that goes up under the water, and the water's, I guess, apparently on top, but it goes up on, and it's probably a couple of miles.
Right.
And so we got a chance to talk and drive and see Virginia, because I don't think I've seen Virginia. Right. I would fly in and then I would do a couple of groups and then leave. But this time I had to drive. I didn't know it was 3.5 hours from, which is kind of confusing, baby. We stayed in Arlington, Virginia. That's where the hotel was. We stayed right by the airport.
We flew in the Ronald Reagan Airport.
Right. And then we drove to Virginia. Must be big. We drove to Norfolk, which was 3.5 hours from the hotel. I'm like, this ain't Texas. When I told the people that we were coming, I didn't have any idea it was 3.5 hours, but I had already told them we were coming. So we had gotten up at 6 and 5 in the morning to drive at 6 to be there by 8 o'clock, whatever, 7 o'clock. I don't know, 5 o'clock to be there by 8 o'clock in the morning. So that was a lot. Okay. So you guys, look,
busy week.
busy week. And so the other thing that I wanted to mention is that, our subject for today, you guys, is the art of saying thank you. And we're saying that, hey, Nick Scagaloni. That's it, right?
Nick.
Okay. Make sure you guys remember Doug was a Tampa. Yes, we saw him in his they showed all of that, Pastor Nick. And so yes, he led us to the first playoff with the win against. How you got the score and everything?
That's right.
4-17.
I forgot to mention he was.
He said he was there.
It was at Tampa Bay. I remember he did play for Tampa Bay.
I just want to make sure y'all knew he was not in Atlanta Falcons. Go ahead. But look, we got our thrill. We got our thrill, Pastor Nick, when he said his son was in the room and he was the Falcons quarterback coach. We were like, oh my gosh. So we went over there. Look, you guys, they had so many. We not minimizing. They had so many retired football players full as they were coming up. See, I don't know them by without their helmet on. I don't know them unless they had their jersey on or they did like a film feature or something. Full was like, that thing right there was a beast. And this person was such and such. And it was just beautiful to be in the presence of the greatness that was in the room. And they were sitting like right in front of us too.
Right.
And so, you want to say anything else about it?
No, I can't think of Bugs. Maybe Nick. No, Bugs played for the Washington Redskins defensive back. He was an all-pro defensive back, and he was, oh my God.
Talking about he slept outside the stadium for 3 days. You slept outside for 3 days. I bet he did. Man. When I tell you, and look, you guys, that Doug Williams, that's a big man.
Yeah.
Big. He looked like he in shape too. Yeah. And that day, you guys, they were honoring him for the Presidential Achievement Award. That was his 70th birthday.
Right.
Pastor Nick, can you believe he's 70?
And he looks good.
Really. He looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, he really does look good. So we were honored. I think we're still on cloud nine with all the stuff that was going on with the Presidential Achievement. Fuller could participate because he's a former honoree, of the Presidential Achievement. And then, as we, took our flight there and then our flight back, we started noticing, and we've noticed it before, that hence our subject for today, the art of saying thank you. We're getting a long time today, so we're gonna go right to about 6:30. So we got 8 minutes to tell you guys this. One of the things that we've noticed, and you guys have noticed it as well, talk about they not like us. There's something that's happened in our society where, that's a good one, society, where we don't say thank you anymore. So when people pass by you, they walk in front of you, or you're letting someone in at the at the light, or you're trying to let someone pass you to get over in traffic, or you're purchasing something for someone. The one thing that I think that I would really like to see people do a better job of is when someone does something for you, that you don't text them, that you pick up the phone and say thank you. I think it's worth the consideration for the seed that the person has sowed to you, whatever that seed is.
And if you're passing me and you bump up against me, please say excuse me. Or you want to come around and you're trying to just get by without saying anything. Say excuse me, please.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything to be nice, and that's our life motto. And we're gonna get the T-shirts in soon. Love and kindness is always in season.
Yeah.
And just to say, excuse me, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, holding the door. I was holding this door for the lady that was getting on the elevator. And it's almost like you just, whoever you are, just think it's okay to just get on the elevator without saying, oh, right. Thank you for holding the door for me. Or here's another one, babe. Good morning.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Getting on the elevator is full. So good morning. Or just, and some people don't even acknowledge your presence. They'll hold their head down to keep from speaking. Walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
Pretending they're looking at something.
Their phone or whatever.
And just say, hello.
Right.
How are your day? Good morning.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Whatever. So let's everybody listen today. Let's practice. And I'm sure most of you do, because most of you are Christians. But don't allow them to draw us into their environment. Invite them into ours, which is love and kindness. Invite them into our world, which is being polite, being respectful, people of character and honor. Let's demonstrate that every day, because we are Christians. We're not, as I've said before, we're not the Clark Kent people. We're the Superman people. So just be humble, be kind and considerate of other people, their time or whatever they do. I don't care if it's at work and it's your supervisor or someone that's under you and you their supervisor. Still speak in the morning, speak in the afternoon, acknowledge their presence. Good morning, good evening. And we're just living in a society where the Bible said love will wax cold. Let's not let it wax cold on our watch.
Yeah. So Wanda Hines says, and I was reading what Denise said. She was quoting what you said, but everybody's saying you're right. And so Wanda Hines says we have neighbors like that. Amen. Don't give them what they give you. So you see the person. It's okay. Even if it's one person on the elevator or an escalator or whoever it is. Just the art of saying good morning. And so what you have to do is you have to be the leader in that. And so, because sometimes you get on the elevator and it would be packed. Like I get on the elevator in the morning at work, and if it's one person, I'm saying good morning. Or if it's one person, I'm saying, good afternoon or whatever.
And you don't know what kind of impact, because somebody could really be having a bad day and they really could use it. Another thing happened when I was in Washington. We was getting on the elevator and we spoke, of course. And it was this young couple. I think it was already on the elevator, but we spoke first. And this young couple, he was there celebrating his birthday. And I guess she was his girlfriend. And they was in the hotel where we were staying. And we spoke. And then so again, I came back downstairs the next day and he was outside. So he spoke to me first. And as a way he was from Dallas, which is Darlene's next door to Dallas. And she was from Marietta, so Georgia, so North Atlanta. And so then I came down the next day and saw him again. And we greeted each other. And he's young enough to be my son, but he asked for my number. And we exchanged numbers and everything. So he said, if you're ever in the Dallas area, and likewise, I told him if you're ever in Atlanta. And I was old enough to be his father, but he wanted to connect with us. And I thought that was just amazing. That's what love and kindness does, it draws.
And I think that, because something has happened, Wanda Hines said that they taught their children when they were smaller about saying thank you, you know, being kind to people. But you guys, we got to continue that. It's not just our children. So when you get on transportation or somebody's walking past you, you're in a room by yourself with a young person, we got to look at them and say, good morning, young man. Good morning, young lady. Whatever it is. And so that they know, they almost feel convicted, like, oh, good morning. But if you just get on the elevator with whoever, young, old, especially the older people, when they get on, I make it a point to say, good morning, you look absolutely great. How are you doing? That kind of thing. And what's beautiful for me and Fuller is that I'm so thankful that God has allowed us to come together, because we have similar yet different personalities, but similar in how we treat people.
Yeah.
And that is that, Denise, you're right, is you sow the seeds and we sow that seed with each other, and we sow it with other people. It's natural. It's not unusual for us to say, good morning, how are you doing?
And the harvest is greater than the seed.
It is.
The harvest is greater than the seed. So if you show love and kindness every day, something is growing every day. So I just believe I receive a harvest for my generosity, for my kindness toward people.
Yeah.
And it works. It works for us.
Yeah, because look, here's what happens sometimes is, especially when you let somebody over in let me get a witness. You can raise your hand or put a thumbs up. You driving and you being nice that day, you let somebody over. And they get over and just get over. They don't even do this. Remember how we used to wave at the back window? Or,
right. Put your hands up. Yeah.
Thank you. Something so that the person, you acknowledging the person letting you over.
Especially when they're making a left turn across 2 lanes and you hold traffic up so they can turn. And then I had to catch myself from, I said, I'm not going to let anybody else in anymore. So I'm about to get drafted into their way.
Yeah.
Because you said, I'm not going to let nobody else in.
That's what
Or I don't like when the lane is merging and a person is just going to bogart, just going to push their way in.
Yeah, don't say that.
And I'm reluctant to let them in, because I said, you're not going to force me to let you in. I'll let you in out of my kindness. But you ain't going to force, and they try to force their way in.
Yeah.
But we still got to walk in love and kindness.
You do, because here's what'll happen is, because I done found my finger, my hand almost subject to one
Your
foot.
finger,
Right.
which finger?
You're like, what? And then you're like, and all that. So that's the old Darlene that want to, blow my horn.
One
and
finger
say,
salute.
You didn't see me? Let you through? Punk? Or whatever. We used to say some other words.
On the one finger salute.
Right.
Choose one.
Right.
Choose one.
And I was like, look, I'm telling you, that stuff rise up.
Yeah.
So if you keep sowing the seed of kindness, it's not for them, really. It's just for you.
Right.
Showing yourself as a Christ-like or person that's a kind. And so let's just
humane. Let's just be humane.
Let's be a society that goes back to that.
Right.
You probably already do that, but then you got to show somebody else that same kind of, so that they then start doing that same thing, and maybe even talking to your family. Like we get ready for Thanksgiving, sometimes we just go in and start eating.
Right.
But what are we thankful for? I'm so thankful. There's so many things that have happened over the last few months. I was telling Fuller, I don't want to take life for granted. I want to be thankful for my friends. I want to be thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful my husband is here with health, and I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for my job. All of those things.
Let me say this, because don't take the friendship for granted. I'm not going to call in a name. A dear friend of ours is fighting for his life right now. And he's younger than I am, between Darlene and our age. And he's fighting for his life right now. So, I mean, he's a pitch of help 2 months ago. And now he's really fighting for his life. And so really don't let no grudges, unforgiveness, or anything. So you'll have any regret when something happened to someone and say, I wish I would have, I wish I had another chance. It's no redo in life. So cherish your friends, love your friends. Mm-hmm. I had an opportunity to spend about 7 hours with my brother. He's the next. I'm the oldest, and he's the next old. And we just didn't do anything but eat and sit and talk. We didn't watch TV or nothing. We sat and talk. And one of my friends came over, who long-time best friend. DC, right? While I was in DC, okay. One of my friends, over 50 years, on 52, 53 years that we have been friends. And he came over. He spent 4 hours out of the 7 hours I had with Chris, and we had talked and reminisced and laughed, and it was therapy. It was therapy. I mean, it was so good. I mean, really.
We always find it when we go to DC, especially since Fullest brothers in DC, we always have stuff going on. So this time it was really good that I was able to, I had something to do in Virginia, and I was gone the whole day. And then Fuller could spend the whole day with his brother. But yeah, so you guys, we are thankful for family. We're thankful for friends. We're thankful for, I'm thankful for my ministry. I'm thankful for our pastors. I'm thankful for my children, for their safety, for their minds being whole. I'm thankful for their health and all of the things that, thankful for a lot of things that, you just keep thinking. I'm thankful for the house that God has blessed us with, that I've got my legs to walk, because at the end of the day, when you start thinking about everything that could have happened to us individually, you can't help but to say, look what the Lord has done.
Amen.
Look to see what the Lord has done. So you guys, we'll be back next week, next Monday, as always. Full. I don't know if you realize this, but we started doing Godfidence
4 years ago,
before we got married.
Right.
And so it's been 4 years that this is going on our 4th year anniversary, right?
It's our wedding anniversary, so we've been doing Godfidence 4 years. We started before. I had started it and just getting started real good, and then we came on to tell our story, and it's gone from there to something. But
we just keep adding.
Love your family, love your friends. I don't care who was right, who was wrong. Make you be the one that move first and make everything all right, because unforgiveness is like cancer. It's eating on you. Pastor said it's like drinking poison and looking for the other person to die. Yeah. So love, just love.
Look, and if you don't have any friends, go find some friends. Show yourself friendly.
That's right.
So, but with that, you guys, next week we're gonna continue blessing you guys with subjects that just, if y'all got some subjects y'all like for us to talk about, something that crazy come to your mind, like we just came up with that they not like us. We may continue with some they not like us conversation. So y'all send us some text messages or whatever, some chats right here.
Yeah, and again, love the people you work with, love your mean supervisor, love the hell out of them. That's what they got in them. Just love the hell out of them, and so they can see the glory of God in your life. Because trust me, there'll come a situation where they have to come to you, because they know that you are a Christian. They know that you get a prayer through, and they're gonna come and ask you to pray for them. And you, because of the seed you sown of love and kindness. Yeah.
Can I mention this last thing, babe? Yeah. Okay. So I said I was going to close out with this too, and that's actually a nice closing. But since it's on my list, anybody looking for a good movie? You said you had a good movie you watched on.
I forgot the name of it.
I got a good series. Me and Twanza and a few of our lady friends, we've been watching these, shows like the Bridgerton. If you're looking for a good series, not that you are, because I don't really like series that much, but look at Doc Layton over here. Come on, Doc Layton. But we have been watching The Gilded Age and Downton Abbey. So I'm just going to leave that with you for the ladies that's always looking for something, nice to watch. But look, you guys, again, thank you, Dr. Layton, you and Dr. Barbara, for joining us our last few weeks. And anytime you would like to come back, and anybody else, we want to have you back on. That was such a blessing. And so, baby, trying to find some music. We ain't gonna find the music, you guys, before it's time to go. So anyway, we love you guys. Thank you all for joining today. We will see y'all next week on Godfidence, and we love y'all. And we will see you next week. Don't take it for granted that you see the person next week. So go ahead and call somebody, love on them. We love you guys.
Peace out.
See y'all later, alligator.